I'm conflicted. William Shatner, everybody. William Shatner.
Thank you. I can't.
There you go.
I can't. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that.
Maybe I should sit down.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, but to follow the horse's ass, I mean, geez,
Well, you're about to be interviewed by the horse's ass. Don't worry about it.
Well, at least you got a pinched nerve and it'll slow you down a little.
Well, I have a little. Got a pinched nerve right in my back here.
There's something I can do for you, but in front of an audience, it's...
I don't want you to do anything for me. You're not a licensed chiropractor, Bill. You're Canadian.
What does that mean, a licensed chiropractor?
Well, I mean, you have to study for years. Oh, well,
study what? What do you study?
People's backs and their bones.
You got a shoulder, you got a thing, you got to go out of here.
Oh, no.
What else do they do? They go, excuse me, and they're going to go, and you hear crinkle, crankle, and your spine goes...
Crinkle, crankle is what you want to hear. That's when you know you're getting better.
I can get you crinkle, crankle. Don't worry about it. Jeez. I follow a horse's ass. I send you this document of about a minute describing this great documentary that I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, it's good.
And you edit it down to, this is going to be really good. I mean, what? That's... What?
Wait, we don't have time to show the entire documentary.
Well, I know.
You know, we show a little bit. Is it you're in it? Other people are in it?
Yeah.
They give the folks a taster.
A taste.
Just a taster. A taster of the Shat.
That's it.
Yeah.
I had an experience. I debuted another documentary at last year's Comic-Con.
Oh, right.
And you know, the fans that I try to portray who it is that comes to Comic-Con,
right,
and Star Trek conventions, and why they're there. And there is a very interesting, serious reason eventually that I get to in the documentary for them coming. It has to do with mythology, but that's a whole story that you have to see.
Well, that's why I couldn't play the whole thing. I didn't want to give that away. Now you've ruined the documentary. Because now people will know it's about mythology, and they'll say, oh, no, it's about mythology. That's what they're going to...
But it's more than mythology.
There's no more than mythology. Are you crazy?
There's God.
What? Are you saying...
I stopped you, didn't I, you little Scotsman? Eh? Stopped you in your tracks when there was G-O-D. Wow! Oh!
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, because God was involved in Star Trek. I didn't know.
I'm talking about mythology.
I know. Well, are you talking about sort of Joseph Campbell type, that type of thing?
Exactly, Joseph Campbell.
I see. Have you read a lot of Joseph Campbell?
Studied, held his hand. Taught him everything he knows. Joseph Campbell and William Shatner, like that.
See, that's something that people would want to see.
That's part of the documentary.
It's about the hero's journey thing?
It is the journey, the journey of the hero of 1,000 faces. That's exactly what I based the whole documentary on.
Well, I'm sorry, if you'd have told me about that, I wouldn't have ruined it for everyone by saying it then.
It's still mysterious and worthwhile watching.
Now, is that an actress thing? When you say mysterious, you do this with your hands?
No, that's to loosen my shoulder up because I'm having a pinched nerve right
Do you have a pinched nerve? Or are you just
I do. I've got something in my back that's pinched. I keep slapping her off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wait a minute. See, I've got a problem. Ordinarily...
Oh, you've got a problem. All right.
Ordinarily, good manners would require me to bend down and pick that, but I got a pinched nerve.
Yeah. You can't do it. And I got a pinched nerve, too. So.
Right, so let it
Well, you know what?
soak into
what we can do is we'll have the horse come out and roll.
Have you got that kind of power?
I don't know. But I say we give it a shot.
And you got to give him a
I'll
big
give him
signal.
a thing.
The thing.
All right, and we'll see if it works.
You got a button, and the horse comes out with a button?
Yeah. It's a doorbell sound. If the horse hears the doorbell, he'll run out.
Let me hear this.
Who's out at the door? And the horse comes out.
No, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That was the strangest roll I've ever seen. The front end rolled, the back end didn't roll. I don't understand that.
He's a quarter horse.
He'd have to be a half horse, but they don't make those half horses anymore.
But we have to take a commercial break.
Why?
You of all people, surely must understand that.
Well, if you go see the documentary at Epix Television on July 29th, I can understand.
You see, after the break, William Shatner, we'll be right back with William Shatner.
When you pay too much for cable, you feel powerless. When you feel powerless, you want to take the power back. When you want to take the power back, you take karate. When you take karate, you want to use your karate. When you want to use your karate, you become the fist of goodness. When you become the fist of goodness, you run along rooftops. And when you run along rooftops, you fall into a dinner party. Don't fall into a dinner party.
I did it when I was boxing a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here with William Shatner. He's got stuff going on.
Well, I do have stuff going on. I mean, I went to Africa, to South Africa this past week.
Why?
Well, I had a job there. I had to do something for 5 days. Then I went on safari, and I got on an elephant.
You got on an elephant?
Well, yeah, but the thing I wanted to tell you that was so embarrassing. I mean, the elephant,
more than getting on the elephant?
You have to ask me back, and I'll tell you the story about the elephant. Well, I talked to you about the documentary on the 29th. I'll tell you about the elephant. But what I want to tell you was what happened to me in LAX, in Los Angeles Airport.
There's no elephants there.
No. They, you know, when you go through security,
yes,
they do things. You either pass or you don't pass through security. I never passed through security.
Well, you're Canadian.
Because I have metal in the hip. So that, you know, press the thing. Okay?
But I don't want a horse coming out.
No, horse, don't come out.
Don't come out.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, all right.
Would you mind standing over here? So I go, yes.
Will I be the TSA guy?
Okay, you be the TSA.
All right.
Okay, come here.
Okay. Or am I you?
No, let me be me.
All right, then.
Just for once.
That should be
okay, right.
All right.
So, would you mind putting your hands out?
Yeah,
okay. No, okay.
All right.
No, first of all, call for a male. Male examiner.
I need a male. I'm a male.
This kid was also a male.
Right.
But he had never done this before. He was calling, male examiner.
Male examiner, come on.
No, nobody came over. So a woman says, here, I'll take your job. You examine this guy.
All right.
Okay.
So, lady examiner, male examiner.
Go. Now, remember, I'm going on a long trip to South Africa. I'm going to spend 22 hours on an airplane.
Yes.
So I'm wearing very loose clothing.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
As loose as I can get it. Right? You don't want anything to bind you because you don't know what it might bind.
Right. Okay. Relax.
You don't want to relax and no blood strips and running.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want blood. Okay, so
you do.
Now the guy examines me like a pile driver. Hit me on the chest. No, come on. Oh, that feels so good. So he goes like, that's what I did.
Right.
Okay, hit me. Hit me. That's it. So, nothing there, right? Okay. Hit me there.
Right.
All right, hit me right there. Hit me there. Hit me there. All right, hit me there. My pants fall down.
Really?
Pants? I'm in LAX, and my pants are around my knees, okay? Now remember, I'm going to spend 22 hours on an airplane. I don't want anything binding me. So he looks at, he's got the wand in his hand, right?
He's not the only one by the sound of it.
So he's got the wand in his hand, and he's looking at me, and he does this, and he says, "Are you carrying a weapon?" And I say, not since I was 80.
That's funny.
It really happened.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, sit down.
Really
Sit down. Yeah, I'll go around the other way.
Okay. No, pinched nerves. Scoot up.
No. I'll just go around here.
It really, most of that really happened. I was standing there with my pants down.
Well, you didn't actually have your junk out there. You didn't have the full starship out there for everyone to see.
You can't see a starship at night. It just floats through. He said it was awful. It was the most embarrassing thing probably that has ever happened. Because people look, like, you know, the audience looking, and they're all trailing through. It's not.
Well, they can see it, and they can see it's William Shatner, it's Denny Crane, it's Captain Kirk.
Well, I never saw. Look at that. He's got his pants down. I mean, he must be, you know.
Well, listen, we're out of time. So
when did that happen?
About
10 minutes.
About 80, actually. That's when so we usually do the quiz at the end, but I thought
do a quiz.
I'd just give you the money.
Why don't you give me the money?
Right.
Okay, I got the money.
Hey, Shatner, everybody.